spell your name for us?
Sure, Steve Martin, S-T-E-V-E-M-A-R-T-I-N. I'm a battalion chief with the Columbus Division of Fire, and I'm the PEIO.
Thank you. What can you tell us so far about the situation?
So about 11:46-ish this morning, we received a report of a fire in a commercial garage here on McKinley Avenue. When we pulled up to the scene, we were notified right away that everybody that was in the building was out of the building and safe, so we weren't worried about that. But there was heavy fire and smoke that were showing, so we began operations trying to get the fire contained. This is a commercial garage. I believe they do scrapping of metals of different automobiles. So apparently one of the workers was in the process of removing a catalytic converter, and there was some open gasoline that was nearby. The fumes from the gasoline came into contact with a heat source and resulted in an explosion and fire that resulted in us being here. That being said, nobody was injured. We did convince the one person to go to the hospital to be looked at for smoke inhalation just to make sure that he's okay, but other than that, no injuries related to fighting the fire. And right now, the investigators are here. They're satisfied this is accidental, and so we're just working on finishing up extinguishment operations. Real quick, because of the fire, the construction of the building being a lightweight joist roof type, the heat will expand those roof joists and create issues with the possibility of collapse of the building, of the roof into the building. So we have been staying outside the building at a safe area to prevent any of us from getting buried in rubble from the collapse. So part of that fire is very stubborn for us because we're trying to fight it from outside the building or through doorways. So it's going to be a while before we get it extinguished. And then also in the back we have a lot of diesel fuel and gasoline that are floating on top of the water that we've been throwing. So we are collecting that. Our hazmat team is out here with absorbent booms, and we're trying to get all the fuel picked up off the water.
Do you know how many people were inside at the time?
4.
What's the issues that you have as firefighters with something like that? Because as you said, when you got here, there were explosions going on as well.
Well, so it takes everybody by surprise a little bit. So when we heard the explosions, we don't know if they were maliciously set explosions or accidental result of the fire. So it takes us a while to kind of get our bearings to figure out what's going on. And the guys did a pretty good job. They staged their equipment in safe places. But we did have a chunk of a vehicle, I believe, fly across the street, right across the top of one of our ladder trucks. So, you know, our head's on a swivel. We're watching everything, just trying to make sure we're safe.
Any kind of estimate of how long this area will be shut down to the public while you guys take care of it?
So while the trucks are all here, it's going to be a couple more hours, I would imagine. As we start to get things wound down and pull our hose off the street, from the hydrants, we could maybe let some traffic start going, but I imagine we'll be on the scene for a while just trying to make sure that the hazardous materials are taken care of before we turn it back over to the business occupants.
And you were telling me earlier, 2 other fire departments helped out Columbus?
Yeah, I want to thank Grandview Heights and Franklin Township for coming over and helping us. And Franklin Township is they're the experts when it comes to throwing foam, and they're helping us with all our foam applications in the back so that we can use that to smother the fuel instead of just throwing water at it.
Thank you.